and welcome to the universe, the podcast where we dive deep into the limitless potential of you. I'm your host, Giselle Simpson, a fellow explorer on this journey of self-discovery and growth. Today we're kicking off our first episode with the topic that's really close to my heart: authenticity. They say that being authentic is having the courage to let go of who you think you're supposed to be and then embracing who you really truly are. How many of us have the courage to do that? In this episode, we'll talk about what it really means to live authentically, the barriers we face, some practical examples of how to live authentically. And by the end, I really hope that you feel inspired to just step into the power that is you. Let's get started. Let's unpack what authenticity really means. Being authentic at its core is being in alignment with your true values, your true beliefs, identity. It's about being honest with yourself and others, even when it's uncomfortable. Well, I read this quote by the humble poet, and it says that if people don't like you, change the people, not yourselves. Research has shown that if we live authentically, it doesn't only boost relationships, it boosts our overall well-being, our mental health. When we show up as ourselves, we're not trying to fit into molds of people and things that don't serve us. I want you to think of a time where you had to put on a mask. Now, either it was in a work situation, or it was a social setting, or even with family. How did that make you feel? And in contrast to that, think of a moment where you were just authentically yourself. There's such a lightness, such a freedom in authenticity. Now, authenticity isn't being the same in every situation. It's about being honest in every situation about who you are in that situation. And I want to ask you the question, like, how often through your daily life are you being authentically you? So let me share a time where I really battled with being my authentic self. I think my natural personality and go-to is one that's bubbly, that is loud. I'm always, always smiling, laughing. And I think sometimes that is mistaken with like a fakeness, right? It's disingenuine. Because I think naturally throughout this world, we move in spaces where people have moments where today they're like this, tomorrow they're like that, and that's okay. But it's not that you find people that are genuinely happy all the time. And so for a long time, showing up as that person, people perceived it as being disingenuine, as being fake, as trying too hard, as I'm trying to take over the room. That was said. I am too happy. That was said. And for a long time, I would suppress that. I would move in spaces. I would try to be a little bit smaller than I am. And I'm short in stature. So I would try to dumb down my excitement, my enthusiasm. I would laugh a little softer. I'd speak a little softer. I would not be as fun, because I think I'm fun. And I discovered that I started building resentment towards the people I was doing that for. Because in their expectation of what I needed to be, it served them, but it didn't serve me. So I struggled, and this was not a matter of months, it was a matter of years, where I would assume that role. And the more I'm assuming that role that they want me to conform to, the harder it's becoming for me. The resentment is growing, the just disconnect from myself is growing. And so I had to do a lot of shadow work, a lot of reflection on who is Giselle. Who do I want to show up as in this world? And it's okay. It really is okay if people don't receive me in the way that my intention is. But the most important thing is that I am continuing to receive myself in full essence. That I'm continuing to receive myself. And the turning point was really realizing that pretending was far too much work than just being myself. Than me showing up every day and laughing, me showing up every day and trying to find the beauty in everything was easier than me trying to show up and think of how I am affecting you today. If my happiness is going to be a downer for you today. I want you to think about your own life. Like, where are those moments where you feel the most authentic? Is it with certain people? Is it in certain places when you're doing certain things? And then on the flip side of that, like, where are the moments that you feel most disconnected with yourself? And I think in those reflections, they're the most telling tales of where your authenticity is lacking. Right? Where are the areas that you need to show up a little bit more as yourself? Pause here, grab your journal, and jot these things down. It's so good to write because it helps you see visually what is happening inside your brain. So when you're writing and you reflect back, it's just easy to come to and bring yourself to an awareness of where you are and what you are feeling. So some practical tips that help me just and continues to help me to stay authentic is one, I practice self-awareness. So even in my workspace, I will always start with do a check-in. Like, check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What are your thoughts? Where are those emotions coming from? And I think when you become aware of your emotions and aware of why you're feeling the way you are, it's easier to step into who you truly are. Number two, let go of perfectionism. Authenticity isn't about being flawless, it's about being real, it's about being authentic, it's about being who you are. And so let go of the idea of being perfect, that will not serve you. Number three, set boundaries. Saying no to things that don't align to your purpose is a start to being authentically who you are. Don't compromise. Think of one area where you have been compromising and take a step towards saying no to honor your true self. And tip number four, surround yourself with authentic people. When you surround yourself with people who nurture authenticity, who nurture vulnerability and honesty, seek out those kind of relationships. Now, here's a challenge for you this week. I want you to do something that's authentically you, whether it is sharing a vulnerable story with a friend, whether it is wearing something that's truly your style, whether it is saying no to something that doesn't feel right, Whatever it is, how small it is, I want you to honor that and honor your truth. Honor that and honor your truth. So let's wrap up on what we learned about today. So authenticity is a practice of self-awareness, of courage and connection. The world does not need a perfect you. The world just needs the real you. Let's keep this conversation going. Thank you for joining me on the first episode of the universe. If this resonated with you, please share it with someone that you think might need a reminder to be their true, authentic self. And please subscribe if you don't want to miss another episode. Until next time, remember, you are the center of your universe. Stay true to you.